Hi guys, another video reply to one of the comments that I had on the little series I was doing with the Poundland wireless phone charger and the wireless receiver module. I bought that on eBay, not from Poundland. I was doing a little series where I was getting things to flash by sitting them on there. The reason they flash is the module is sending a signal, a wireless signal, and if you put a phone on there, it detects the phone on there and goes to a permanent signal. But while it's just trying to detect the phone, it sends a intermittent signal, a flash, or at least you get a flash from it. These have got chokes inside them. A choke is basically a coil of wire around a ferrite core, and I've harvested them out of compact fluorescent light bulbs, CFLs, but you can buy them obviously. Anyway, that's a bit of background. So flashing LEDs, and then I took apart one of these modules. That's the insides of one of those modules. And that particular one, I connected that small vibrating motor to. That comes out of a vibrating toothbrush. It's got an offset weight on it, so when it spins, it vibrates. That worked, but I think that drew too much current through there. And after quite a while, it stopped working, and it was quite hot, so I think I burnt out one of the components. So that's the background. The question from Ian Rolfe, was, could I use that coil to replace the chokes? And the answer is yes, but I may have misunderstood his question. He may have been saying, could I put the choke in place of that coil and use that to run the circuit board? Now, because this one's dead, we can't really find out, and I don't want to take another one apart just now. They're only a few pounds, but I don't like spending £1, let alone a few pounds, so I'm not going to take another one apart at the moment. We can do the test where we can disconnect that coil and connect up an LED to it and see if it lights up. In fact, even though the circuit isn't working, if it was working, I should be able to connect the LED to these two tags, and we should be getting a light out of it, but we're not. Those two tags, or to be more exact, those two tags, which are the same two tags, are the ones that go away through that lead to the plug that goes into your phone. That's one of those micro USB plugs. In fact, if I put that on there and stick this in here, if I get it in the right place, there you go, a bit bright, but yeah, so that's actually given us 5 volts, which is a bit much for the LED. 5 volts, 100 milliamp, sorry, 1000 milliamps, 1 amp potentially. In this one, input 5 volts, 2 amps, output 5 volts, 1 amp. So USB pumping 2 amps into there, we're only getting 1 amp out. So they're not 100% efficient by any means. And then that is harvesting that and potentially giving us 1000 milliamps out to the phone. Did I say that right? Yeah, 2 amp, 1 amp, 2 amp in, 1 amp out, 1000 milliamps, which is 1 amp out, potentially. It's in perfect conditions. And as I say, that lights the LED just by plugging it in the end there. And as I've just said, if we put that on there, if it wasn't broken, we would be getting the same light from those two tags there, but I've killed it. Yeah, not getting anything now. I was getting a little bit out of it at one time, but whatever I've fried it good and proper. If I put this across that coil, if I get it right, yeah, we're getting a much slower flash for some reason, but we are getting an output directly from that coil. What I'm going to do though is desolder that coil. If my soldering iron is hot. Okay, take that off. And then go straight across there. Right, we're back to the normal flash rate. I would think, no, I don't know. I'm not sure why it's slower there. Clearly there's some sort of feedback from there that's preventing it flashing that fast. Answers on a postcard if you want to tell me. But yeah, I'm not going to take my spider apart, but I could use that coil under my spider or my flashing Santa. I've got a bigger one of these. He's sitting in the car at the moment. But yeah. Choke. Let's see if we can just get the choke to light up. The LED, hold that down there. Put that across. Oh, it did light. There we go. Oh, come on. Having trouble. Hold that on there. Hold that on there. Yeah, there you go. So that's lighting up just from that choke being in the right place. Could do with an extra hand. So yeah, so runs off the choke, runs off the coil. That one I've killed, so I can't demonstrate it coming off the back side of there, and there's no point in trying to solder that onto there, because if it's not working with the proper thing, it's not going to do any good. Well, I could solder it on, I suppose. Stop waffling, solder it on. Put that on there. Are we going to get anything at that point? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I mean, all we're doing is going straight across the end of the choke, but we've got the other circuitry in there disrupting the circuit. How about if we solder that on there so I don't have to try and hold it. Hold that choke on there, just touch that on the other side of there. Yeah, so we haven't got the circuit board in circuit, we've got one leg disconnected. So we're just picking up straight off the choke, and if I bring that down and hold it in place, that shuts it off. So there's something in the circuit there that's effectively short-circuiting it, turning it off. So that's dead. That works. That works. That works. That works. And if we put that on there and stick that in the end of it, that works. But we'll probably kill it. I really don't want to kill it. There you go. Did it ever so briefly. There you go. Did you see that? Hope you did, because I'm not going to fuss with it anymore. Don't want to kill that. Yeah, so there we go. I think that answers the question as far as I can go. If I hadn't killed that, then we might have been able to answer the second half of the question, if that was the second half of the question, which was, will the choke make it run? And the more I think about it, that might have been what he was interested in, rather than does that coil light the LED, which it does. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.